Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and the Supreme Court has just handed President Donald Trump a massive, massive immigration victory. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. The president has tried to remove temporary protective status for Venezuelan and Haitian migrants since he got in office, and it's been tied up in the courts. One court says he can, another court says he can't. But now it's made its way all the way up to the Supreme Court, and in an emergency order late at night on Friday, the Supreme Court ruled that yes, he could deport the Venezuelan migrants. Something interesting about this, of course, is that Ketanji Brown Jackson, the judge that was appointed by former President Biden, she was really angry. She was animate. All the liberals dissented, but she was really angry because she said it was another case of this court stepping in to enforce Trump's policies, to help Trump, to run to the aid of Donald Trump. Okay, well, if he's right and time is of the essence, let's not let this drag out a year. If you already know what you're going to decide, let's do it. Now, what was not decided here was the Haitian migrants. They are in a little different position. The reason they're in a little different position is because things are crazy in Haiti. There's no real government there. So what are you sending them back to? I understand the hesitancy in trying to send them back. Now, that's still going to make it through the courts. And look, I think it's important that we send back illegal immigrants. I do. But now, you got to keep in mind, the Venezuelans and the Haitians were not here illegally. They were invited. They were invited by Joe Biden, but they were invited. And so I think it's incumbent upon us to also be merciful as Christ would want us to be. That's how I look at it. And I don't want to send the Haitians back to something that's going to be maybe, almost certain death. That wouldn't be right to do either. There has to be a happy medium. And I think we have to look at each case individually, and we have to really decide what we're going to do. We can't take in everybody from around the world, but they're here now. And I don't know, sending them back to something that would be a certain death or an almost certain death, I don't see that. I don't see that as a good thing. But I want you guys to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
Welcome back to all of you watching us here in the United States, Canada, and around the world. I'm Kim Brunhuber. This is CNN Newsroom. The U.S. Supreme Court says President Trump can strip the temporary deportation protections that the Biden administration gave to 300,000 Venezuelans. Now, this comes after ICE agents raided an apartment building in Chicago Tuesday. The Department of Homeland Security says 37 undocumented immigrants were arrested. Many were from Venezuela. Also, in the Chicago area, the head of Homeland Security watched as at least 5 people were arrested during protests outside an ICE facility. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem stood on the rooftop surrounded by armed agents and a camera crew. The protesters faced charges including aggravated battery to a police officer, resisting, and obstruction. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker reacted to the Trump administration's immigration crackdown in his state on Friday. He said, in part, the constitutional crisis is not on its way. It is here, and we all better start acting like it. A Salvadoran journalist who was living in the United States has now been deported. Mario Guevara was arrested while covering an anti-ICE protest in Atlanta, but he says his reporting on immigration abuses is what really cost him his freedom. Here it is.
It was pretty hard to see my people getting off like painted criminals. They came in their work clothes with paint on them. Well, I was dressed like this too, but many came in their painting clothes because they were workers immigration was detaining, and that's